Hi everyone, Kyra Schaefer here, As You Wish Publishing at asyouwishpublishing.com. And I am so happy that I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about layouts for your book, specifically for your small business book or your client attraction book, the book that you're working on to help you build your business. And these are so incredibly helpful when it comes to building your business. So getting that book published and getting it out there is amazing for credibility boosting and all kinds of things. So we're going to kind of do a business building series for the next few days to just help you get started with that. So the first thing we want to look at, and I think we can just make the assumption that what you have to offer, either you're already offering it in your business or you and it could be anything. And we'll talk about the types of books you can do, the type of industries that books work really well in. You'd be surprised. There are a lot. So when we look at your layout and what it is that you're wanting to convey, just a couple of things are assumed. You're good at what you do. You have expertise in your field. To some degree, and you really want to make a difference with your writing to help bring people to your products and services. Okay, so all that being said, I want to just go ahead and jump right in. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. All right. Ooh, we're going down the little alleyway here. All right, let's see. We'll pull it up. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make it actually really big here. So we're just going to go right into Amazon and we're going to take a look at a couple of books that I really love to just take a look at some of the layouts, some basic layouts. And so the first one is we are looking at Atomic Habits. Okay. So this particular book has been really looked at, and it's been really a terrific book for people to understand these tiny changes with remarkable results. Obviously, New York Times bestselling book, easy, proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. So let's say you're someone who's a coach or you're helping people to develop new positive behaviors. You're a hypnotherapist. You could be pretty much anything in that coaching field. A layout like this would probably work really well for you. So let's just take a look at the table of contents and see how they kind of how this author structured the book. So his are based on laws. So we have the fundamentals, so the basics. You can definitely do that with your book. Then we have the first law. So these are like set in stone things. And the chapter headings are pretty interesting. The man who didn't look right. That could be kind of interesting. I'm like, wait a minute, does he mean he didn't look right or he didn't look right? So best way to start a new habit. So the cool thing is that he's going right into it instead of, making you kind of work to find the content that you're looking for. So when you are building your business book that is helping people come to you, make it kind of easy and accessible. And I think that's one of the great things about publishing your book or self-publishing or working with self-publishers and services is that you can help make your content accessible. And when we make content accessible for our clients and our customers, they are going to automatically set you apart as an expert in your field. So for this author, I would be like, oh, he must be an expert. I don't know anything about him. I don't know his background. I don't know any of his credentials. But the way he's structuring his information tells me a lot about him and the kinds of things that he really does want to offer. So, I mean, even in the sub heading, so we have the fundamentals and then why tiny changes make a big difference. So already we're going right into it. The first law is making it obvious. The secret to self-control. I mean, that's huge. The second law, make it attractive. So that's kind of it's pulls you in. It really does. The third law, make it easy. So there's so much of the advanced tactics. So we went from we went from just having that basic, hey, here we go. I'm going to give you some content and information right away that you need right now, to making it easy, making it attractive, and then making it satisfying. These are all big buzzwords right now. And then advanced tactics. So people who want to continue on with you and who want to go further with you can be really, really helpful. So the way you set up your business book can also model how you work with your clients. So if you have a great customer case study that you have worked with, and I don't care whether you're selling automotive parts or whether you're offering CPA services, it doesn't matter. The cool thing is that this works no matter what industry you're in. So the other thing is that as they kind of conclude here, as this author concludes, there is also an appendix. What should I read next? So those can be opportunities. If you have other books, you have other offerings, that you can bring them and lead them back to your website, back to your product. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to get into some more of these videos in the next few days to help specifically around bringing people back to your business. Okay, so that's the atomic habits. So let's look at You're a Badass. This book has been getting a massive amount of buzz lately, and it could be the languaging, it could be obviously the marketing is something there, but it's how to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. So it tells us right there in the title what it is we're going to get from this book. Titling is a whole other ball of wax, but whatever your title is, you need to deliver on that promise. And if you can deliver on that promise, they feel like they've gotten what they needed to get. And if you go above and beyond, they're going to feel like they got even more. And if you bring it down into simplest terms, it's even better. So You're a Badass pretty much says it all, right? But then also too, if I don't know that I'm a badass but want to be one, how do I stop doubting that in myself? So when you are looking at the type of book that you're going to be producing and providing for people, take a moment and decide, again, like I said, what is your expertise? What are your 5 favorite clients that you have, or the people that you work with and you have helped them through things? Not to do case studies necessarily, but to go, how did I help them and what worked for them really quickly right away? All right. So let's see here. So this book is a little bit more stylized in the typography. It's a little bit more attractive, I think, on the interior formatting and layout. But it's still, you can be very, very simplistic with this, and you still go a very, very long way with your content and information. So again, she's put it into parts. So I like that parts are a part of this, and the different laws or the different sections, that kind of thing, because as much as we want to just write, just get it out of me, having it in digestible pieces, parts, elements is going to make your book way more accessible for mainstream people who will do what I'm doing right now, which is looking at the table of contents and deciding for myself, is this really what I need right now? And if you, and you don't have to make yourself so general that your book isn't niched down. It still needs to be niched. It still needs to hone in on that primary problem that you solve for your customers. For this one, how you got this way. So I really like that, because I think when you're a coach or counselor, helpmate in that way, or partnering with someone in a emotional distress or difficulty, or they're wanting to make their life different, make it better. When we look at something like this, it's nice to know what our origins are, and where psychology and different things like that is starting to somewhat move away from is our story, is where we began. And I think, to me, it's a give and take. We can stay in victimhood for a really long time if we continue just to say, this is my story, and I rehash it. But it is good to know where we start from. So I like that piece. Go back to the beginning. Where did this problem start for you? And then let's move from there. How to embrace your inner badass, how to tap into the mother load, whatever that might mean. I like this, like one of the little things in here, gratitude, the gateway drug to awesomeness. So she's using the terminology, very new, very modern type of terminology to get people a bit out of their mind, out of their head, and kind of helping them to drop a little bit down into some broader concepts. All right, how to get over your BS already. Straightforward. The drama of overwhelm. Fear is for suckers. That's, I don't know if I believe that. Millions of mirrors. And that would be, so fear is for suckers. I would probably want to look at that and go, because I personally don't feel that way. So I would kind of, I haven't looked at this, but I would probably go, what does she mean by that? Because fear is a very real feeling experience, and that can be really traumatizing and hard for people. So I might need to get this book just to see what does she mean by that. And so now she got a buy-in, right? And that doesn't mean you need to trigger your readers, especially if they're customers that are going to be coming to you potentially for a session. They're going to want to feel seen. They're going to want to feel heard. And if you do these really like outlandish, triggering types of things, you might not get the effect that you're wanting to get from your book. All right, let's see. How to kick some ass. All right, it's the almighty decision. Money, your new best friend. Remember to surrender. Doing versus spewing. That's kind of funny. That's funny. And then, of course, resources and acknowledgments are at the end of her book. So, you can continue the conversation with her. So the next one is, I like this one. And this is, this particular author has a self-publishing services company. And I would just have a real awareness of the offering. If you do look deeper into this particular author or this particular book here, although I do highly recommend the book. It is excellent. All right. So I like this. This is specifically Business Owner's Guide to Self-Publishing, a short customer attraction book. And books are so incredibly powerful for customer attraction. And if you want to just do a short book, you absolutely can do that. And you can use a self-publishing services company like As You Wish Publishing, or you can self-publish your book yourself. Go online and look at all the nitty-gritty and get through your trainings and courses and things like that to learn how to do it yourself. Is also free, for the most part. There are some ins and outs. You might want to pay for some courses and things like that. But yeah, or you can hire somebody to do it for you. But a 100-page book is it's just creating that short book feel for people who are wanting to publish just like you, your expertise, and just get it out there, because it can be really powerful. So a couple of short books would be these two. Are the ones that come to mind immediately. I Feel Too Much. We published this one, Alicia McBride, and Emotionally Transformative Services by Todd Schaefer, and Selling Emotionally Transformative Services. So these short books essentially could funnel into your business or your customer marketing concepts. But what I want to talk about with this particular one is I love that, we have our first page here, and then it's welcome and thank you. So it's really nice to be thanked right after purchasing a book, right? So what's cool about this one, and this is the main point I want to leave you with today, is you've got this download today. And as a matter of fact, it's even on the look inside feature. So I think you could probably click that and it might actually take you off to that area, to the 100pagebook.com/thanks page. And even if you haven't bought the book, you can probably get whatever their free offering is, which is really cool. So in your book, you want to put opportunities for people to download other things. And so when you think about your layout, think about where you can put free offerings that bring people back to your website. I'm going to get into that more in future videos. But for right now, we're just looking at how that layout is. I really, really like that. All right. So we've got, and this book also actually goes through layouts as well. So you might want to pick it up. I don't think it's expensive on Kindle. Kindle edition, 99 cents. Do it. So Shook is a short book. So when he's got that in his table of contents, that's what that is. So he talks about the blueprint and what kinds of things you would want in your short book. And then he talks about this little piece here, this little element here. It says a small favor. So that small favor, I think, is either a review, or it's recommending his product, or it's recommending his stuff. So when you think about your layouts, really take a moment and decide what it is that you want your customers to be doing with your information. All right, I'm coming back here. I'm going to remove that. I'm learning how to do some StreamYard things, which is really fun. All right, so when we think about your layouts, and we think about everything that you're wanting to accomplish with your book, have a plan. Have a plan in mind. Have an idea in mind of what it is that you're wanting to do. Because when you go to write your book, you need a good solid outline, and you could definitely mind map all of this, and think about your favorite customers, the people that you adore and who adore you and who love what you have to offer, and then repeat that in a book form. Now, you don't have to use names. You don't have to use case studies. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Just take people in a book through the same process that you would take your customer through to a light degree. And then they'll know that when they need something new or more, that you're the one to go to. And so, like I said, we're going to do this kind of a book building for business success type of thing. Just a few more of these types of things. And I'm very excited that I get to offer this to you. And we're going to have some fun with this, I think. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kyra Schaefer at As You Wish Publishing at asyouwishpublishing.com. We're a publishing services provider, and we also do something that's called Easy Publish. And Easy Publish is something that's going to help you to get your, whether it's a short customer service book, or whether it is a customer attraction book, or whether it's a long, big book that you really want to put all of the knowledge and all the information into. I recommend short books, doing 3 or 4 or 5 short books, and then going from there. But our Easy Publish process is currently it is $14.44 for everything that you need to get your book done. We do not include copy editing or book launch. However, those things you can get really affordably at our writers resources and on our writers resources page. So thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll be seeing you out there again soon. Take care.